First off, I thought, it really started on the mound with Kacey Murphy's performance. Just looking at the box score, he threw 70% strikes, 70 strikes out of 100 pitches, pretty impressive. Southern Miss has as good a lineup as anybody in the country that we've seen this year. They're big and they're physical as far as, you make a mistake, they can hit it a long way. And it's a deep lineup, and really didn't give him an inning off, and he just kept – getting ahead in the count and getting to kind of throw what he wanted to throw. And, obviously on the other side of it, the offensive side, put together a big inning like we did in the second inning, scored, I think, 7 runs. And probably 4 of those runs were with a couple outs, just kept coming up with a big hit that, gave Kacey a chance probably to relax a little bit. And, he just did a great job. He saved our bullpen and, gave us a chance to have most of our guys ready to go for the rest of the tournament.
Questions for the student athletes? Raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you. Scotty?
Hey, Carson, did you let out some frustrations after the triple in the second?
No, I wouldn't say it's frustrations. I didn't have any frustrations. I've been swinging fine, in my opinion. Just haven't had things fall. So, no, just heat of the moment, and I just got really excited and couldn't help it. Blacked out a little bit.
For the other guys, just his impact on that second inning. He led off the second with a walk and then had that big triple later.
Shaddy? What was
that
the
was
question?
for Shaddy again?
No, that's for the other two.
About Shaddy's impact? Yeah. Shaddy's just a fire starter for us. Usually when Shaddy goes, we go. So it was good to get Shaddy back doing what Shaddy does, and that walk in the second inning kind of started things up. And his triple was a big hit too. Scored 2, I believe, with 2 outs. So it was good for Shaddy to get us going.
For Jared and Carson, can you talk about the approach tonight, and in particular all of the opposite field hits that you all had?
I think we just did the same thing we've been doing all year. I think that they pitched us a little, maybe just pitched us a little bit different than we're usually pitched, and I think that's just true testament to Coach Thompson. He's really worked with us on staying on the ball and staying to it a long time, seeing the ball deep and driving it the other way. And I think we're a team that can do a lot of things, and opposite field power is one of the things we're very good at for sure.
Yeah, just what Shaddy said about Coach Thompson and with the scouting report he had for us today. We knew the guy was going to throw a lot of curveballs and changeups and sliders and whatnot, so we're just kind of trying to stay on that and not pull out too much and try to get too big and just take what he gave us. So that was kind of the approach all day, and it worked out.
Jared, what's gotten into you, I guess, since the SEC tournament? You've just delivered these big-time hits. You comment on that, and with Kacey and Carson, would y'all talk about this guy, the way he's playing right now?
I just feel good up there right now. Kind of had a rough season so far, but I don't know how to explain it, I guess. I'm just seeing the ball pretty well. I'm putting some good swings on it, so I just have a lot of confidence right now in myself, so I'm going to keep it going.
Yeah, just building on what he said, I just see a lot of confidence in Gates' approach and his swing and his demeanor. He's a guy that everybody looks up to in the locker room. He's an older guy like myself, and he's got confidence, and it's working.
I feel like they're doing a pretty good job. But no, Carson hitting the nail on the head. He's a great team guy and all that. He like he said, things just haven't been falling for me either. But he stays to what he's good at, and it shows right now. But like the luck's on his side, and he's been doing the same thing all year. It's just things starting to turn around.
This is for Kacey. You look at Southern Miss's numbers coming in. They hit the ball really well this year. What was your approach, and how did you execute it?
I stick to the same approach most of every game. I just go in to execute pitches. As a pitcher, they hit everything really well. Coach Van Horn said it. They're a really good hitting team. They're off the plate a lot, so I kind of use my strength to their weakness. I threw a lot of arm side fastballs to the righties, and they gave me the outside corner pretty well, so I stuck to that and got ahead in counts, and really set up my off speed to throw it whenever I wanted.
Nate?
Kacey, just pitching with that lead, how much different was that for you, just knowing you had that 7, you were up 7 after 2 innings?
Oh, it's great. It's huge. Like Coach said again, it lets you relax a little bit. Know if they blew one in the outfield, start an inning or something. I plenty of run support to get out of it. But it's kind of a human rain delay for the second, though, so I came out a little stiff and had to get right back going. It's different coming out very early in the game after a really big inning in the second, kind of like that.
Bob.
Carson, you guys are 31-3 here this season. You just got to win one more game. So how do you feel about the position you guys have put yourselves in right now?
I feel really good about it. Coach Van Horn was telling us, just reminding us at the post game, we haven't done anything yet. The only thing we've done is put ourselves in a good position, and we still got to go to work. No one's going to hand us anything. We know this. Us older guys know that no one in this entire league will hand you anything. So, I'm really excited about our home record, and it's a testament to the fans how much that we like to play behind them, and we're really excited about where we're at.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Thanks, gentlemen. Same thing for Coach Van Horn. Raise your hand and we will get a microphone to you for questions. Matt?
Dave, Scott Berry was talking about how he feels like this park is playing a lot smaller than it used to. I mean, there's been a lot of home runs hit here this weekend. All the teams have scored at least 9 in one game. What are your thoughts on that? Has it changed over the past few years?
It's still the same dimension, so I think it has to do with the temperatures. It has to do with the wind. Yesterday the wind was kind of blowing from right field corner to left field corner. Balls were sliced by lefties that were getting out of the park. Obviously the right-handers, they didn't need a whole lot of help when they turned on one. And then today the wind kind of changed direction. It was blowing straight out, and then it was blowing out to right center. And, that's where balls were hit. So it's going to travel a little bit more. And, you get this time of the year, hitters, they got 200 at-bats, seeing the ball pretty good. You make a mistake, they make you pay for it. So, but it has played a little smaller than normal, but it really has to do with the weather.
Dave, before the SEC tournament, you said you decided just to kind of quit all the switching at first base and go with Gates. Just kind of was last year's postseason kind of a factor in that, or? Well,
It's because I felt like Gates is a good defender, and at the time we weren't getting much production out of the first basemen I was putting over there, so I just felt like I'll go with the experienced guy that seems to make a lot of plays. If he gets to it, he fields it. And, we had a talk. I talked to Gates a while back about that, you don't have to worry about coming to the park and checking the lineup you're playing. Just hoping that he'd relax a little bit. And he just kind of shook his head. And, basically I told him that you were the guy. I got confidence in you and we need you. And he sure has responded, I'll tell you that.
Hey, Dave, I got a two-parter here. Coach Berry said that you guys have fast twitch bats, and because his guy couldn't control his secondary pitches, you guys were sitting on fastballs. Can you talk about that a little bit? And then also defensively, I want to say 3 or 4 really nice defensive plays. Can you speak to those?
Yeah, quick twitch is what I call it. We've got a couple of guys. Martin's got the quickest bat on the team, and he needs to sit back a little bit more because he can. Really, more than anything, we were sitting off speed. We felt like that his fastball was good, but it wasn't enough to get by us. When I say sitting, you're expecting something a little slower. And if you get a fastball early in the count, take it. And when you have 2 strikes and you have to open it up a little bit, and you can't just sit one way or the other. And it's nothing new. It's easier said than done, but I thought our guys had a great approach tonight. We laid off a lot of borderline pitches early in the count again. We weren't chasing. He's one of those type of pitchers that wants you to get yourself out. And we did a good job of not doing that, and that's why we put together, a really good inning, and we got his pitch count up. And that's what did him in, was the pitch count. And then as far as defensively, we played pretty good in Hoover. We played pretty good defense down the stretch. For the most part, we had one game where it didn't go well. I think in the last maybe 10 where I think we made 4 errors in a game. But other than that, it's been no errors, 1 error, and it hasn't been costly errors. As far as making spectacular plays, it's always nice to see outfielder make a diving catch. I thought the play that Cole made in about the 5th or 6th inning, I thought it was base hit to right when I left the bat. Next thing you know, he's running under it. He got a great jump on it. Really good read on the swing. Then Gates made a couple of really nice plays tonight, so it was good to see.
Okay.
Just curious, Gates finally healthy, part of it. Is he the missing link for your team?
Well, he makes our lineup deep, especially now that, Jax Biggers is back and seems to be swinging the bat pretty good. And then you had another bat down there at the end of the order. And, we feel like Grant Cook's swinging the bat a lot better. He had an 0 for 9, but he lined out to third. He had a ball dead center that went to the warning track. We feel like there's some guys that are close. But, we don't expect all of them, 9 of them, to hit every night. We just need 4 or 5 of them. The other guys need to move people around. Somebody needs to pick somebody else up when they're having a bad night. I feel like we have enough hitters to do that.
Coach Carson, I think, worked 3 full counts tonight and reached base each time. Just saw a lot of pitches tonight. What did you like about his approach?
Well, pretty much what you just said. He laid off a lot of pitches and got deep into counts, drove pitch counts up, and fouled off a couple pitches till he got one he could handle. The one at bat where he struck out, when he came back, I made the comment to him. I said, "You haven't swung balls in the dirt all year like that." And he said, "I know." And he just got a little too anxious. And but his other 3 or 4 bats were really good. And that's the difference between him last year and this year, is that he doesn't chase nearly as much. While his batting average is higher, strikeouts are down, RBIs are up.
Before the season, you were talking about the increased power of this team, the workouts that they had done in the weight room. Do you think that that's contributed to all the opposite field home runs that we've seen?
No doubt. I think that, Blaine Kinsley, our new strength coach, does a tremendous job with our guys. And they've maintained their strength throughout the season. You get to a certain point, it's hard to gain strength. When we're playing this many games this time of year, you just don't want to lose strength. You don't want to get weaker. And they've bought into everything that he said, and they work hard. And then our approach, I think Coach Thompson, he's got a really good, does a great job with the hitters, and we, just talk all the time about going the other way. We have drills where we're going the other way, and if you have guys that have some talent and they're coachable, which we do, they're going to get better, and they have.
Coach, is it fun to see Carson kind of let out all that emotion after that triple in the second?
You like Carson, don't you? Okay, let me say anything Carson here. I don't want Carson showing that emotion, to be honest with you. I've talked to him about it a few times. I want him to save his energy. And that's probably why he didn't know what to say when you said that, because he probably knew that I wasn't real happy with him. I want him to get excited but stay calm, because there was only the 2nd inning. There's a lot of game left. So, anyway.
Matt?
I'm assuming you start Campbell tomorrow, and then what do you think about the starting pitchers, what they've done to save your bullpen through the first 2 games?
Tremendous job. What can you say? The first 2 starters have gone out and given us 8 innings, and given us a chance to build up a lead, held teams down, and where we didn't have to use 4 guys that we use a lot, and they're all available to go. So we'll start Campbell tomorrow, and just hopefully he'll go out and feel a little pressure from the other 2 starts to go out and have another good start. And a lot of times they feed off each other. That's what I see.